Hello friend, I am Kaustav Biswas, an investment professional. After spending more than 15 years in personal finance industry, I realized that key people should know psychological aspect of finance. So how people react in different situations when it comes to personal finance. It would be a very interesting session. Please see this particular session. I am going to bring 4 video series which would be dedicated to psychological part of personal finance, behavioral finance. In first video, I'll discuss about prospect theory. Second video, I'll bring on herd behavior. Third video will come anchoring and contrarian investing. Fourth video, I'll bring on mental accounting and gambler fallacy. All videos would be available in Bengali version as well. Today in this video, we'll be focusing on prospect theory. So we'll not go very deeper into theoretical part. It is more into example and what is the application in behavioral finance. Before we start, let's have background of prospect theory. Prospect theory has been developed in the year 1979 by two psychologists, Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky. Daniel Kahneman, he wrote international best-selling book Think Fast and Slow. Prospect theory illustrates how investors systematically violate utility theory. So utility theory more focus into utility. So there are drawbacks into it.
If A invested 1000 rupees and it became 2000 and B also invested 3000 rupees which is became 2000. So as per utility theory, A's happiness equal to B's happiness, means A and B both are equally happy. Why? Because both end result utility are equal.
But prospect theory says people's decision biasness depends on 4 factors. 1. It is a reference point. 2. It is loss or risk aversion. 3. It is endorsement biasness. 4. It is framing effect. Now let's understand what is reference point. So normally if you see, people derive their happiness or sadness from one reference point. Like say for example, people normally derive their happiness or sadness by comparing with other people or other situations. Let's understand this concept by simple example. Say for example, two students, they are studying in same class. One student got little bit of higher number. So when he saw the second student and he get that particular feeling that got better number than his friends, then he will be happy. And when student B, he will see his friend and he got lesser number than his friend, then he will be sad. So this is the reference point for both the students. Say for example, your portfolio last year gave 25% return. This year it gave 15% return. If your reference point is last year, then you will be sad because last year you got 25% of return. Let's understand with one more simple example.
Let's understand this particular graph. So this graph says there would be one reference point of your happiness. Say for example, if you do investment, so investment outcome of the investment, there might be two outcomes. One might be losses, one might be gain. So if you are winning, if you are making good return in your investment, after certain point your happiness would be equal. That means after certain point you feel okay, it is fine, we are gaining. But when there will be loss in your portfolio, so after a certain period you will be more sad. Say for example, two people come to me, A and B, both are friends. So A, he got 25% return and B got 20% return. So in this case, what we can able to see, A would be very much happy, B will not be happy because B's reference point is A. So as they are comparing their portfolio, maybe B will not be that much happy. At the same time, say for example C, they don't know each other. He is a very conservative person. He normally did his investment into fixed deposit where he used to get 5% rate of return and he got 15% return from his portfolio. So when he compare his investment with FD and he got this particular additional 10% of return, so he would be very much happy. So she would be happy because his reference point is FD.
So next, decision biasness depends on loss or risk aversion. One very good study done on lottery. So I am just replicating this particular study and explaining to you by financial terms.
Now you tell me which option you will select. If I give you two options, option A, where there would be 100% chance that you will gain rupees 500, and option 2 is 50% chance that you will gain rupees 1000 and 50% chance ki you will gain nothing. Which one do you select? If you see option 1 is, it is like a guaranteed, you will get guaranteed return of 500. Option 2, it has 50-50 chance, you will get 1000 or you may not get 1000. Take a pause and you can think which one you will select. So 85% people selected option A. Now I am giving you one more option. A, there is 100% probability ki you will lose 500. Option B is 50% probability that you will lose 1000 and 50% probability that you will lose 0. Which one do you select? 69% people selected option B. By example, we can come into conclusion people are loss or risk averse.
Now you may understood why so many people does fixed deposit when they know कि it may give lesser return than inflation, and also why only few investors done long term investment and create great wealth. Let's understand by one more study.
So here also I am giving you two options. Option A is there would be 25% possibility that you will get 3000 rupees, and option B is there would be 20% possibility that you will get 4000. So tell me first ki which one do you select? So 65% population selected option B. Why? If I give you another two scenarios. Scenario A, say for example I am giving you one investment option where 100% chance is there ki your investment you will get 3000 return, and one more investment option I'll give it to you where 80% chance is there you will get 4000. So tell me which option you will select. 85% population selected option A.
In the case of lot, people are willing to take small losses for very small chances for huge gain. Here people are become more risk seeking where the probability of gain is very low. So in other hand, when people purchase insurance, so what happens? People want to take small losses to avoid big losses in the future. So as per prospect theory, people are giving more weightage of potential huge losses or gain. Let's understand what is endorsement bias. Say for example, if any celebrity says, maybe if Sachin Tendulkar says कि mutual fund सही है, common people think mutual fund सही है. If tomorrow Amphi or CAM says कि mutual fund सही है, so most of the common people they will not think twice rationally. They will go about it. ठंडा मतलब
ठंडा पिला दे, ठंडा मतलब कोका कोला, ठंडा मतलब
Coca-Cola. You know कि there is lot of things are there कि which is ठंडा cold, right? So this is one kind of biasness. Then let's give some more example. If tomorrow Warren Buffett says IRCTC business model is very good, people will jump into IRCTC. One more, say for example, tomorrow if Elon Musk said कि cryptocurrency is very good, so people will not go into deeper. They will go about, some of the people they will jump into cryptocurrencies. Okay, so these are example of endorsement bias. Next, framing effect. So framing effect also impact people's decision making process. If you see nice infographic or nice presentation from any company or any product, you feel कि you want that particular product. Say for example, if any very good brand present this product such nicely, so you will not think rationally. Lot of people they will jump into that and purchase that particular product. In this figures, I should mention Daniel Kahneman, in his book Think Fast and Slow, he mentioned two type of system in our brain. One system is called fast thinking process. Second is slow thinking process. Fast thinking system, it refers more into like past reference, like emotion, then feelings. So some areas like we don't think much. Like say for example, if I tell what is 2 into 2, you will directly tell it's 4. You will not think too much. Then if I say Thanda matlab, you will tell Coca-Cola. So it is like a fast thinking. If I say mutual fund, you will say Sahi hai. So this is our fast thinking brain working like this. Now slow thinking brain. Slow thinking brain work like it is more into self-control, logical. It is take complex decision with more knowledge-driven approach. It deals with more complex decision problem with knowledge and analysis. Say for example, if I tell me what is 17 into 54. So it will take some time and think and tell me. Right? So this is how slow thinking brain works. In conclusion, I should say you should know the psychological aspect of finance. Then only you can take rational decision, logical decision for your money and finance. Thank you. Please subscribe this channel. If you like this video, please like. If you think this video is very much useful, please share with your friends, family, colleagues.